I think it's safe to say that the Jacksonville Jaguars shocked a lot of people, especially this year, the way they were able to get into the playoffs and basically kind of be low-key one play away from the AFC title game. Like, kind of crazy. Like, the Jaguars are definitely heading in the right direction. I feel like, Trent Baalke and Doug Peterson have this organization going in a very good direction. But today, we were talking about how this draft class helped them get there. We're grading the 2022 NFL draft class for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And yes, you got to absolutely love this class. I feel like this was, you probably got at least 4 starters in this class, and it's going to be very interesting to see how things move on. So we'll get right to it. Obviously, number 1, they selected Travon Walker, the edge player coming up out of Georgia. He was low-key kind of tantalizing because he showed out at the combine. He was a guy that, I think he can develop into something special. And but finished his year with modest rookie numbers, had a total of 49 tackles, 3.5 sacks, had an interception, also finished with a 60.3 PFF grade. Yes, one of those things where, he did miss a couple of games. You do want a little bit more sack production out of him, especially with Aiden Hutchinson going number 2. But I do give him a B+ for the first year because I do think that there were some things that you really like from him. And this defense really did stand up at a lot of portions when it needed to. So then, yes, in the later round in the first round, getting Devin Lloyd 20th overall, the linebacker out of Utah State. I thought he was the steal of the draft. You're talking about a guy that had 115 tackles, 3 interceptions, did finish with a 48.3 PFF grade, but again, I do think he had a hard start. Things kind of tapered off at the end of the season here, but I do think he's going to be a major steal for the Jaguars. Easy A for me. He's a guy that I think they're just going to continue to develop. He's going to be a leader on that defense for a long time. Then in the third round, number 65 overall, the Jaguars selected center Luke Fortner out of Kentucky. I had a man crush on Luke Fortner. It was him and Cam Jurgens that I had the biggest crush on. But those two guys I think are going to be, Luke Fortner is going to be a good player for him. Kind of got his feet wet, kind of a trial by fire type situation. Played over 1,120 snaps, had 4 penalties, only allowed 1 sack, but did have a 49.6 PFF grade. I think this offensive line was better. Like Luke Fortner definitely helped contribute to Trevor Lawrence and company having a little bit of time back there. So I do think that he was definitely a good pick here in the third round. I would say a B+ again. One of those things where we'll see how he develops moving forward, but I think that he left a positive impact on the Jaguars' offensive line. And then 5 picks later in the third round, the Jaguars selected Chad Muma. Muma coming up out of Wyoming, the linebacker. I think he's going to be a bigger stud than a lot of people give him credit for. He should have been a second-round pick, but he falls to the third round here. But he plays with, I believe, type 1 diabetes, if I'm not mistaken. But he had 47 total tackles, a sack and a half. Also had a 54.9 PFF grade. He really did show a lot as the season wore on. He was a guy that they had in some sub packages, and I think he's pretty good in coverage. I think he can rush the passer. I think he can do a lot of different things. So he reminds me a lot of Chad Greenway, let's put it that way. So in the fifth round, number 154 overall, the Jaguars selected running back Snoop Connor. Snoop out of Ole Miss had 12 carries for 42 yards and a touchdown. Listen, Travis Etienne, we know he's going to be that dude for them for a long time, but Snoop Connor getting a good backup running back here in the 5th round, you love it. So yeah, I'd give that one a B. Let's see. Oh yeah, Chad Muma, B+. I think he's going to be a bigger part of this defense moving forward. 6th round, the Jaguars selected Gregory Jr., the cornerback out of Ochita Baptist, I believe. This is one of those things where, and that was 197 overall, by the way. And this is one of those things where you can see some of those smaller school guys going in the later rounds that you're like, okay, maybe they could do something. He played in 1 game, had 6 tackles, also had a 71.4 PFF grade, so it was what it was there. I think you're going to see more of him in year 2, especially on special teams. Hopefully he can break that and really get playing there. Then in the 7th round, number 222 overall, 222, they selected Monteric Brown, the corner out of Arkansas, Kansas, as I like to say. Played in a total of 8 games, had 1 star, also 6 tackles, and a 37.3 PFF grade. It's one of those things where he's getting opportunities to at least be on special teams and do that kind of a thing. So, I do think getting a couple of late round corners here to help you out is a good thing. And really, only, 2 players or 2 picks spent on defense here, because the rest of this Jaguars offense is going to be pretty good. So, to be honest, as for this draft class, I give it overall probably, I'd give it a B+, A-, because again, it does hinge on how Travon Walker does develop. I do think he's going to be a playmaker, a difference maker at defensive end there / edge for the Jaguars. I just, we need to see double-digit sacks, baby. That's why you're selected number one overall over guys like Aiden Hutchinson and all that. So we'll see what kind of player he develops into. And Devin Lloyd, also a really good player, so we'll see what happens there. But that's it. B+, A- for the Jacksonville Jaguars 2022 rookie draft class. Make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Leave a like and a comment. It helps people find the show. We greatly appreciate all the support that we've gotten and continue to get. You guys are all truly awesome. We love every single one of you. Down in the description below, you'll find all of our social media platforms. So give us a like and a follow follow there. Also, remember to give us a listen and sub on iTunes. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like us to cover, send us an email at thesportsbp@yahoo.com or put it in the comment section down below, and we would love to cover it. But let us know what you guys think about our grades for the Jacksonville Jaguars 2022 draft class.